People tend to overcomplicate this one, and this pry tool gets right in between the clip. It's off. I basically got it all off in 30 seconds. Eesh, that looks sick. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been 3 years since I plasti dipped my F150 emblems, and I gotta say, they've held up pretty good, but I'm looking for something a little more permanent. I found a really good deal on Amazon. There's one company that sells the OEM black and red version, and then there's another company that sells a matte black version that looks more like this. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna go with. Hopefully you guys can help me decide in the comments. Let's get started. Well, it's been a good run. 3 years with the plasti dip F150 emblems, but it's starting to look kind of weathered, so time to replace it with some OEM badges that are gonna last a lifetime of the truck. All right, so to get access to these F150 emblems, we just gotta pop the hood real quick. And you're gonna see there's these two little pins. So there's two push pins and then two clips that are holding this together. You're just gonna squeeze that push pin right here and the other one right here, and those clips just kind of pop out, but that's the only thing that's holding these F150 emblems. All right, so the whole trick to this install not being a pain in the butt is using this pry tool. I'll put a link in the description. I use these for everything. What we're gonna do is we're gonna sneak our hand right inside here where these little clips are, and then as we're pushing down on the clips, we're gonna take the pry tool, put it behind the F150 emblem, just like this, really carefully, and that's gonna give us enough kind of like torque to pop this off. We're gonna be able to take this off in like 2 seconds. I'm not worried about damaging this at all because we're replacing it with a brand new one, and you'll see how quick and easy it is. So basically I'm just working this letter out. I'm taking my pry tool and I'm kind of sneaking it underneath the clip that I pushed out. And you can use both ends. You can see I flipped it around here just to get a little more torque. And you can see right here between the XLT, the L and the T is kind of where that clip is. Just take that pry tool and just work that area. You're gonna have to remove some of the tape around it, and then eventually you'll get the pry tool in and the whole clip will just pop right out of the housing. So once you're able to remove the push pin and the little clip behind the L and the T, go behind that F area, and the same thing, you're going to compress that little metal clip and the pin, get behind the F, and start working that adhesive away with your pry tool. You can see if you look down here, kind of in the center of the F, that's the next push pin and the clip we got to get rid of. Take the pry tool, slide it right in there. It was like it was designed for it. And you're going to have to remove that tape again, but you're going to just kind of torque that, and eventually that pin will pop completely out, allowing you to remove the entire F150 emblem. I had to switch over to voice recording, guys. Sorry, I don't know what was going on, but there was like 1,000 motorcycles and everyone was revving their engine right by this video, of course. But hopefully this sounds good. All right, now that we've removed all 4 of those push pins and it's kind of just floating here with the adhesive, we're going to take our pry tool and just kind of pry it loose from the adhesive. So I'm just kind of using the pry tool. I'm using the sharp end to cut the adhesive away. All the clips are removed, but that adhesive is really, really strong, and it's just sticking hard to the surface of the paint. So we're just going to take the pry tool, cut it away, start from the top, go underneath the bottom, and then eventually you'll be able to peel the whole F150 emblem away. Now the MVP of this whole process is a product called Goo Gone. This stuff is great because it's extremely mild and it's safe pretty much on all surfaces, but it does an incredible job at removing adhesive, so this is a perfect application for the product. Definitely go heavy-handed on this stuff. Try to push it into the adhesive. Try to saturate this area as much as you can with the Goo Gone. All right, so here's my technique for doing this. You can see there's one side that's kind of more like smooth, and then there's a side that's more like fibrous. I take that fibrous side and I start on one side of the emblem. I kind of make it a little, like into a little ball to get some pressure. And all I do is I start rolling all this gum in one direction.
You see a lot of people, they'll start to do like circles and stuff. The problem with doing the circles and trying to get this off is that you're kind of working against yourself. If you push all the gum in one direction, it starts rolling on itself like a little rolling pin. And it uses, or you're using kind of the momentum of the gum kind of rolling on itself to push it away. So you can see this is kind of getting saturated. It's wet. Take it again. Go like this, nice and dry end again, and start pushing away again. Let me know if you've seen this technique used before, guys. I haven't. I just kind of figured it out by accident, not gonna lie. But to me, this works incredible. Flip it around again. And boom, I mean, it's off. This is a freezing cold day too, guys. It's about 35 degrees outside. And I basically got it all off in 30 seconds. Now just to clean it all up and get it 100% and get the rest of the adhesive off, I go back, I get my microfiber cloth with the Goo Gone, give it a little more Goo Gone back over the surface. I'll take my cloth, same side, get the fibrous side, and I'll start moving it in the opposite direction that I came. And see it picks up a little bit. And then just for a nice final touch, I'll hit it with some detailing spray. This one is Chemical Guys Speed Wipe. And I like to use the Speed Wipe just to remove the Goo Gone. You don't really want the Goo Gone sitting on here. So take a look at the surface after we use the Goo Gone and we use the detailer spray. That's pretty much glass. I mean, you can see my reflection in it. It's perfect. Now we can put the F150 emblem on. So there's two emblems I'm going to be using. This is an F150 XLT emblem, and this is actually a Ford factory part, which is really cool. The difference between this one and this one right here is that this one doesn't have the little push pins. So I'm a little curious to see how well this holds up to this. So I'm actually gonna put them both on and see which one I like better. I think the double-sided tape will work just fine. I do have to say it's nice to get like a factory one right here. So if you kind of like this color scheme, I'd suggest using this one. I'll put a link for both of these in the description. But I did like kind of like the blacked out matte look. So I'm gonna try both of them and give them a try. All right, so we're gonna put the black one on this side and we'll put the red and black one on the other side. All you're gonna do is peel off this tape. Now, if you want to heat the back end of this up with a blow dryer a little bit or a heat gun, that's not a bad idea. Just be careful. You don't want to overheat it. All right, so we removed the tape. So this is really sticky tape. I can tell it's pretty thick. It looks good. Now, what I'm going to do is I can actually see like a little bit of like a sunspot where the old F150 emblem is. So I'm going to take my time, get it nice and lined up. I like things to be perfect, so this is kind of triggering me, but this looks really good right there. Nice, I think I nailed it. Now, give it a nice push. Hit the top, hit the bottom, hold this down for a solid minute. When you look down, you can see if the tape is sticking or not. So I just saw a little bit of a gap right here. So I'm just kind of going along the edges, making sure there's no gap. between the tape and the paint. All right, I think we're good. And I gotta admit, this looks awesome.
All right, let's throw the OEM one on. This is a really nice looking badge. I don't know if I like it with the gray 100%, but man, it's very, very nice. And having the OEM tabs, you basically just line up the tabs, push it in. You don't have to line anything up, which makes the install like super easy.
Woo!
The black and the gray just look so nice together, but I will say that red F150 emblem, it looks really sharp, and it would probably look better on any other color other than the gray. Also, the OEM black and red is going to be a little easier to install. I just pushed the pins right in. I didn't need to worry about lining anything up because it's just going to line up perfect once those pins are in. So that's kind of a plus to the black and red emblem too. So I'm probably going to drive around with this for a week or so. I don't want to make a quick decision. Sometimes things tend to grow on me a little bit. But right now I'm leaning a little more towards the matte black. I think that looks really slick against the black and gray accents that I have on my truck already. But the more I look at the red, the more I like it. It kind of matches the FX4 symbol in the back. I don't know. Let me know, guys. What do you guys think? Maybe I'll go with what you guys say in the comments. That's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one. Peace.